Hey, I'm Kim.
What's up? I'm Arielle, and this is
To Whom This May Concern, the podcast. This is a weekly podcast from the Lush Consulting Firm and On the Damn Couch Media.
Are you ready to eavesdrop on some good homegirl conversation? Let's start the show.
Okay. All right. So welcome everybody to this week's episode of To Whom This May Concern, the podcast. I'm Arielle, by the way.
And I'm your girl, Kim K.
All right. Now, hopefully technical difficulties will not interrupt this episode, but so far, we're not off to a good start.
Knocking
My
on
God. Okay.
Knocking on
So
wood.
Kim, I've had a lot of interesting conversations. I posted something a couple days ago and I forget Candace's last name. And some people might recognize her because she always just saying some wild shit. She's a conservative Black woman who's always just kind of saying some wild shit. But she was making the statement about men don't want to see women naked all the time, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like we have all those conversations all the time. The number of women that inbox me like, I am so tired of relationship talk, especially on podcasts.
Right.
I wonder if we have something different to offer.
I'm sure we do, because of course we see things a lot different than other people when it comes to relationship talk.
Yeah.
So
very non-traditional.
Very non-traditional
is our approach to because here's one of the things that I'm tired of. I'm definitely tired of in order to get a man, you need to be these things.
Right.
What?
No. Because you can have those things as far as the things, and then you can still be a horrible communicator. And everybody want to throw out the communication thing, but you have to know how to properly communicate.
I agree. I feel like sometimes, especially like when I see phrases from men that go like, but I'm such a nice guy. Women don't choose me because I'm a nice guy. They want the bad boys. And it's like, I don't think you're as nice of a guy as you think you are. And plus, being a nice guy does not automatically get you play, because you could be a nice guy, but you could also lack the compassion that I need to feel safe in a relationship.
Or you can be a nice guy and you can be boring as hell.
Or you could be boring as hell. Like I'm a girl that likes to travel. And while I do want you to be nice to me, I also want you to go to Mexico with me.
Right.
If we just don't align, we don't align. I feel like we forget that dating is a process and not a goal.
Right. And it's definitely a process, and every day is a process.
Yeah.
It's nothing that just happened overnight.
Yeah.
Oh, so no, it don't happen overnight. I need to know.
What's one of the things that you have learned at this point in dating? Like if somebody would have told you this a year ago, you would have been like, what? No, that doesn't make any sense. Or maybe even further than that.
Well, I wish I had have known, I'm not even going to say a year ago, I'm going to say some years ago, the proper way to date. Because I think a lot of people get dating misconstrued. Like, because you're dating someone, you automatically think y'all go together. No, you're freaking dating.
Yeah.
You don't go together. So if he talked to somebody else, y'all dating. Y'all don't go together.
Automatic monogamy. Just because we have both expressed that we like each other, now automatically we just monogamous. And this ain't it.
Now, if you choose to have sex, that's your business. That still don't make y'all go together.
Right.
Y'all still dating.
I think even I have had to come to grips with that, because in fact, honestly, everything that I've ever known about dating has been heavily deconstructed in the last 5 years. I have been trying to figure out what dating is and what it looks like for me for the last 5 years. And honest to God, so much of the stuff that I grew up being told about dating, some of the stuff that I even see on the internet now with memes, I'm like, I don't know, fam. That feels a little dangerous to say to women that they should be this in order to have a man.
It's weird.
What happens when we decide to just find the man?
Right. Exactly.
not just be palatable for all the boys, but just
Right.
for a specific one.
Hmm.
Because what he likes, the other guy might not like. Like, he may not give a damn that my skirt is this short. Meanwhile, the other guy is like, no. So now I'm just not gonna be that. First of all, that's just who I am at my core. I like my skirts this short.
Right.
So shouldn't I just go ahead and go that route?
Right. You should, if that's what you like.
Yeah. And then
Not
just date
changing
people that you
yourself
like.
because not changing yourself or what you like because to get a man, you got to have your damn skirt to your knees.
Yeah.
No.
So let's talk about that for a second, because I do feel like that's like a catch-22 phrase, like be yourself. But then what if the person that I'm dating doesn't like me, or maybe something about me probably does need to change? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense, but
like something that I am
saying,
at my
like,
core.
you're you, but that's one of those things about you need to change. I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
But is this, whatever this thing is it affecting you? Is it affecting your livelihood?
Right.
Is it affecting your parenting skills? Why does it need to be changed? Let's start there.
Okay, that makes sense. Like am I changing this just so that this relationship can survive, or am I changing this because for my overall life this could stand a change?
Right. So that's where you start. Not just because this person think you should change this. We need to know why.
Yeah.
What is this doing to myself? To my livelihood, to my parenting, to how I move around in the world? Or is this something that you just want me to change?
Because it doesn't work for you.
Because it doesn't work for you. And if that's the case, and I'm good and well with it, and I don't think it needs to be changed, and it's not interfering with anything I have going on, my boy, I'm probably gonna have to holler at you.
How are you better now with walking away from relationships that don't serve you anymore versus in the past?
I am. I'm a lot better with walking away now.
I would say that I am too. And there's part of me that wonders if I disconnect very easily because it doesn't serve me, or if I disconnect very easily because as a trauma response.
It's easy for me because it does not, feel my need anymore.
Right.
The trauma part, I don't think that's it so much because it's all about my needs at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's easy. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you know cancers are very nurturing. They attach easy. They can be clingy. I'm not one that's very clingy. I actually like my space.
Yeah.
I like to miss you.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. So,
but you're also a Scorpio rising, right?
I am. No, yeah. I'm a Scorpio rising.
Yeah. So I think that's like one of those easy Scorpio characteristics. I personally really like to date Scorpios because I like being left alone, and they are happy to leave you alone.
So I'm like in between. I want that clinginess at one point, but then
but when I don't. Because you know what? In fact, going back to meme culture, that's one of the memes that I have seen over and over again. Like, oh, if he's not calling you every day, that means he's not interested. And I used to buy into that idea. I honestly did. I bought into that idea that he has to call and text every day in order for him to have care. And not that I needed that. I didn't need that. I didn't even want that. But I thought that was how you knew somebody cared, if they want to talk to you all day, every day.
And that's not it.
And that's not it. Because even I started thinking about, it's like, you don't actually want that. So why do you believe that that's the only way somebody can show you that they care?
Well, this is the thing. If you could do that all day, you ain't doing shit. You ain't working, you ain't making you ain't doing nothing. So if we could talk every day, all day, you're absolutely not doing anything. But this is the thing too. People have to understand in relationships, you had a life before they came. friends, you had things you were doing. Keep your life going into a relationship, because if you don't, you're gonna be miserable as hell when y'all get into it.
Amen, and praise God.
When y'all get into it and have a disagreement, you're gonna be miserable as hell, because the people you were hanging around, talking to, those things you were doing, stop doing, is not even there no more. So now you're looking crazy.
Yeah.
Keep your life. I just think, and I think a lot of people would agree with me on this. You got to still live your life.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I believe that there's the world that you and I exist in together, and then there's the one that I have that's mine, and you have that's yours. That way, the it doesn't become dependent. You know, like I can still have people that I go out with that aren't you. And you, in fact, not even just in romantic relationships, because I was having this conversation with my sisters. One of my sisters is dating, one of my sisters is married, and then because there are 5 of us, and then then there's 3 of us that are just kind of like, yeah, out here in these streets, right? So normally on the weekends we go to my mom's house. Like everybody goes to my mom's house, but lately, like the last 2 weeks, my sister, who has a husband, has been like, you know, going out and about with her friends, also, you know, not coming to sit at my mom's house all day, because her and her husband and their daughter are like off doing something, creating new memories and traditions as a family. Right. And then my sister, again, who's like just dating, she is establishing this relationship with this man that she's with. And so my older sister got mad, and she was like, yeah, I can't be about them all the time, because when do you hang out with us? Like, whoa, first of all, pump your brakes, bitch.
Right.
Like it's been us all together for like 30 plus years. It cannot be us like that all the time. Like they have to have a world outside of
have to have their own world.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay if there's a world outside of this relationship that you and I share. It doesn't mean that I don't value it anymore. What I'm saying is I'm also finding other places to build relationship, because that's life.
Exactly. That's exactly it. I mean, and that's how people should look at that's family relationships, romantic relationships. Like that's just, it is what it is. You have a separate life, and then you have a life together. That's just that. Because I just feel like a lot of times that ruins relationships.
Yeah. When that's all you have, you just have that one person that you put all of your stuff on and in, like,
because they basically let themselves go and build their world around this person. And I used to do that. I personally used to do that. Everybody I dated, it was like everything was wrapped into them. Like, everything was about them. I'm not doing that shit no more.
Yeah. What about the conversations like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna go out here and have a girls' night, but my man gonna pick me up afterwards. Or as soon as my man texts and like, you ready, I'm gonna go.
Know, a lot of them, they be ready to go. Now it just depends. It depends on how many drinks I done had. I'm not gonna say, yes, come get me.
It's been fun. We done did all the hanging out we gonna do.
Gotta go.
Gonna leave.
Right. I got some things to do. Gotta go.
Because there was an entire debate about this on TikTok. Like, if you leave girls' night early to go be with your man, like it's disrespectful. You must not. And I'm like, is this really the conversation that we're having?
I mean, it depends. And when you say early, how early do you mean? Because girls' nights can go all night long, literally.
Because bitch, listen, after 2 hours, I don't care who the fuck texts me, I'm gone.
Exactly. And then hell, what you want to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, then he gonna be like, where the hell you at? He got every reason to be like, where the hell you at that point? You know what I'm saying? So people they just do too much.
I think we put way too much we invest far too much in romantic relationships.
Yes.
Far too much of ourselves in it. And we don't have anything left, not only for ourselves, but to give to anybody else, because we've put everything into a romantic relationship.
Yep.
Our entire identities are wrapped up in whomever we're dating.
Man, like now I'm learning so much, and I'm loving everything that I'm learning down to like just the dating. Because like I said, you always thought when you talk to this one person, you're supposed to date this one person. That is so not dating.
That is so not to mention, like, oh my God, that's what terrified me about dating. Is like, one, I'm only dating this one person. Am I gonna get it wrong? How do I make sure that this is like, it was so much pressure when you date as a goal and not as a process.
Right. And then I just want to make it clear, when you dating, that don't mean you supposed to be out here fucking all these people. I'm just saying, that's not what that is.
Yeah.
That's not what it is at all. Now, if you choose to have sex with whomever you choose to have sex with, that's your business. But we're not saying, okay, sis, you need to date more than one guy and you need to have sex with both of them. That ain't what we're saying.
Yeah, we're saying keeping the lines of communication open to experience, like, you know, hey, I might like this guy a lot, but I'm not totally gonna, you know, put all my eggs in this basket.
Right.
I might keep some of them over here until the conversation happens
that
we put all your eggs in this basket. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Since we're talking about this, let's skip to this.
Okay.
How when people date, they don't have a title, but they do boyfriend, girlfriend shit. But, and then the whomever, either the guy or the female, automatically start assuming because we're doing boyfriend, girlfriend shit, we go together. Until whoever say, hey, let's make this shit a relationship, do not assume, because you're going to hurt your own damn feelings.
You will hurt your own damn feelings. Wait until the conversation happens. And I feel like we put way too much emphasis on a title, and maybe because we need a way to explain it to other people or validate the relationship. But I have not been so heavily caught up in titles anymore. Like, just give me a chance to get to know you, build a friendship with you, and then let's go from there. But when you out the gate 10 minutes into the conversation, one asking for titty pics or where I stay at, my nigga, please blocked.
I had a whole boyfriend in a week, and I was like,
that is the scary part for me, because I always find myself like liking a guy, and then before I know it, I'm accidentally in a relationship, and I'm like, oh my God, how do I get out of this?
Meet somebody and they like you, and then they tell you, oh, we go together. No, the hell we don't, sir. I don't know you.
In the past, I would just like go with it, but still be trying to figure out. I decided that I don't want to date anybody else that I feel like I have to escape the relationship. If I feel like I have to escape the relationship, block.
Right.
Block immediately.
Yeah, that's
maybe I give up too quick, or maybe my intuition is on point.
I don't know. I say follow your intuition, because it generally does not lead you wrong.
It generally doesn't lead you wrong. But you know, that's when you start learning the difference between fear and intuition. And trust me, they sound completely fucking different. So you will understand the difference between the two when they happen.
So what do you think some of the top things or the top reasons when people do decide to be in relationships that don't work?
I think it's that fear of being alone. Because I know there were relationships I stayed in past the expiration date, because I was like, well, for one, at one point it was good, and maybe I can get it back to that, because ain't nothing else. People's favorite phrase, and I know I have used it myself, is, well, ain't nothing else out here in these streets. That doesn't mean that you stay your ass in a relationship that is no longer of service to you.
Right, that's true. So what gets you to that point where you know it's time to go? When I say, what are some of the things, like, what do you think some of the key things that be the issue in some relationships? For one, I think it's trust. For whatever reason.
Right.
For two, I think lack of effective communication.
I agree. Yeah.
For three, the communication is gonna kind of like go around all areas, because if you're not being pleased sexually, you need to talk about it. If you have a misunderstanding, you need to talk about it. And
that is a big one right there.
Yeah.
Because those are hard conversations to have. But I feel like there is no reason for you to be having sex with somebody that you cannot talk to.
Exactly.
If you do not feel comfortable talking to this person, you should not be handing your body over to them. We have to be way more responsible with our bodies.
Right. So since we stopped right there with the sex talk, that's just like DJ Envy and his wife situation. That shit was so weird to me.
Yeah.
I am not gonna have sex with you for 20 plus years and you not know that you're not making me orgasm.
Yeah. But think about how many women are doing that because, again, they don't want to be the woman to have the conversation that hurt their man feelings, or, I see you. But like, I remember finally having a conversation, and like, it was a blow to his ego. And like, I did end up losing him because it was like, and I tried as much as I could to like, try to be.
Him. Hold on. You didn't lose him. He lost you.
Okay. I love it. Period.
Because if he couldn't take the truth.
And that was it. Like, a lot of women are afraid, but it's like, at what point do you, because your pleasure is just as important. Have the conversation. Yep. And if they walk away, be okay with, sometimes people walk away. And I'm not telling you that you're going to be okay. I'm not going to tell you that you're not going to grieve. Eventually you will be okay. And eventually the grief process, reaches a point to where you're, in a better space. When we start talking about romantic relationships, please be aware of that part. But have the conversations, the tough ones, because that's love.
You have to have those conversations. Like, my way of talking now. These card games where you get these cards and the actual decks that I have 3. They are hard questions.
Yeah,
they are questions you don't even think about.
Think to ask,
or if you think about them, you're scared to ask it.
I'm scared of the answers too.
Yeah, and scared of answers. I remember specifically the question that I pulled, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
it was. If you didn't make another dollar after today, how long would you make it off of what you have? That shit is important, especially if you call yourself in a relationship.
Do you know how that financial situations were some of the leading causes for divorce when you start like sitting back and looking at divorce?
That's the third thing.
How many of us are honestly having conversations about finances with our partners and the expectation of finances?
Yep.
I was married at one point, and I will tell you, 1, we never had a joint account. 2, I never knew how much money he made. In fact, there was never a point where I even knew how much money he had.
That was a problem.
I was always in the dark about everything.
Interesting.
Now, on the flip side of that, I was like, well, if you won't tell me, then I'm not going to tell you.
I'm going to tell you. Yeah, you did right.
So we never had any conversation about financial situations. It was just, you pay this bill, I pay this bill. And we never having a conversation about money with each other. Splitting the bills.
When I say that,
huh?
And the reason why so many people run into that issue, because when they come into challenging situations, and one person has to be the one to take care of the household, it'd be a damn issue.
Yeah, my credit was good, so everything went in my name. Guess what? I got fucked at the end of that.
I'm sure.
In fact, I still got debt collectors calling me about shit that wasn't mine, like a motorcycle. When I left and I did not take the furniture with me, guess who still had to pay for it because it was in her name?
You.
These were conversations that I should have had long before I walked down an aisle, but I didn't have any of these conversations because I was too busy playing in love.
Yep.
Notice I said playing.
You did. So that's trust. That's effective communication. There's finances, which is a bullet under the communication. So it's just a lot of people, they be so rushed. Dang, I got a boyfriend, this and this and that. And you don't know shit about them.
Don't know not a damn thing. And then there are the red flags that we refuse to acknowledge. We know it's not okay in the beginning. And
Right.
that is one of the things, like, that there was a guy who I recently blocked, like within the last week, who basically said to me, I don't know if I can date a woman that's ambitious. Now, in the past, I would have been like, well, he just said he don't think so. Maybe we can make it work. No, he said what he said.
Yeah, and he meant that.
And he meant that. It's not that he don't think he can. He knows that he cannot. And for whatever reason, he cannot, which is fine, because there is a woman out there that doesn't, have any ambitions other than what she does right now, and they work. That doesn't make him a bad guy, but that also does not make him a good guy for me.
That's exactly right.
For me, that's a difference.
That's a huge difference. So moving right along.
Moving right along. I just decided, let me go ahead and end this conversation, because I'm not going. I have shrunk before,
right,
to stay in a relationship. Have you ever found yourself trying to shrink to be?
Yeah. And that's a wrap.
And that's
let me tell you something. This new ride, I'm like, this new path I'm on. I ain't got time for no bullshit from nobody.
Right. I don't know. Something about being dating in my 30s looks different from dating in my 20s.
Totally different. And shit, I'm about to be 40. So it's gonna be a whole
my desires look different.
Right.
And so some of the stuff that I would have been like, oh, we got matching shoes. Let me ride or die with him because our shoes match.
Because our shoes match, baby. I'm trying to go on trips. I'm trying to make these investments. What we doing?
I mean, babe, I just said that to somebody the other day. Okay, so let me ask you this. Do looks matter?
Looks matter somewhat. Yes, they matter. Because you got to think, you might slip up and have a damn baby. I'm sorry.
I said that to somebody who was asking me about it, and they were like, you put physical, and I'm like, yes, because I'm pretty. Why would I date somebody that isn't pretty?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Not only that, if you're not healthy, I don't want you to die on me.
I go to the gym, 4 or 5 days a week. I'm pretty fucking active. Like, I'm out here planning trips to go run a half marathon for my birthday. Like, you don't have to necessarily be a runner, but like,
I need you to be able to live.
I want you to care enough about yourself to not be in a drive-through 5 or 6 times a week, because I am like, I don't understand women having sex with dudes that ain't had a ball of water since Casey Anthony got arrested for possibly killing her daughter. Like,
and you can smell it.
And you can smell it. Like, why would you have sex with
you? Know when they eat raggedy.
But then again, sis, you have a consistent diet of lemon pepper and Hennessy. So if y'all match, then great. But please understand that the minute I am on Tinder and I see you standing in your profile picture with a bottle of Hennessy, that's swipe left. I swipe left because that's not me. Again, physical appearance does matter to me. And I'm not saying, well, hell, I am saying you have to have a 6-pack. Let's just stop trying to play. Because bitch, I got one. Why would I take you without one?
Listen, I ain't always dated those with 6 packs.
Shit, I work for mine, damn it. Why should I take anything less? Okay.
I get it.
I want what I want, and I think sometimes we are told to lower our standards or settle for something so that, but then you end up with a bunch of shit that you don't want, and I don't do that anymore.
I think looks matter. Physical body wise is preferred.
Yeah,
it's not required.
It's required. I put it on my list of requirements, but that doesn't mean that I don't still find an importance in who you are spiritually and emotionally and mentally and physically. And I think that that's where we go wrong, because it's like, okay, if I care about what's on the outside, then I must not care about what's on the inside. Nope, bitch, both of them got to match. You got to be fine as hell on the outside and fine as hell on the inside. Now, what I think is fine as hell, okay,
may not be the same, right?
May not be the same as what somebody else, because the singer Lucky Day, oh my God, he is so fucking yummy. I love him. And you see Kim's face. Kim was like, that man looks like,
And he is not fine. He got a body of a child.
Oh my God, that man is fine as hell.
He got a body of a child. I'm sorry. So
well, I'm gonna let you have that, but I think he's fine as hell.
Oh my God. So see, our two finds are too different.
They look different. But yeah, still, I said that like physically, this is what I want. So that don't mean you have to like come out here looking like Shamar Moore. Because I don't think he's that great looking.
No, especially after wearing that Tyler Perry wig.
Because he was why me and your braids look alike.
Oh my God, it was horrible. But yeah, so yeah, okay. Your relationship talk, see, this is not your traditional talk. No. So you gotta get to the nitty-gritty with that shit.
All of the gurus and experts are just skating on the surface of dating. And it's like, what even qualifies you as an expert?
Right. Nothing.
How do you qualify as an expert?
Everybody's just trying to figure this shit out. I say that about everything, but it's what we're trying to do.
God is good.
It's what we're trying to do.
Amen and praise God. Okay. Just because we're getting the signal like, hey, you are running out of time.
Yeah. This was a good conversation. That let you know it's good.
It was. This is To Whom It May Concern, the podcast. Remember, you can find us wherever you stream your podcast, whether that is iHeart, Apple, Google, Spotify, all that good stuff.
Yes. Subscribe.
Follow us on social.
And we'll see you next time.
And we shall see you next time.